Killing me. Don't you fucking dare. Jesus. That bloody spaceship was a pain in the ass because I was like, spaceship, worm, frickin' everything. Right. Now I've got to get up here. Let's go up here actually. There we go.
I've been thinking about the files we pulled from that last testing station. Yes, that's the one. The mnemic film contained the logs and inventory of the station. But after careful inspection, I believe it has been altered. Not somebody. Kynes. I think Kynes was altering the records in the testing stations.
Okay.
That's the puzzling part. By all accounts, Pardo Kynes was an excellent Imperial servant. But what of his child? So little is known. Cyprian Io has denied me access to Kynes' research. But what do we really know about Liet Kynes? Just that they died. But what if we could speak to someone who had met them? Someone who they reported to. That's it. We can use the houses to bypass Cyprian.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Though, I doubt we have the political clout to gain an audience with the Duke Atreides or the Baron Harkonnen. But an adjunct? Kynes wouldn't have just spoken to anybody. It'd have to be someone high-ranking. Thufir Hawat or Peter de Vries springs to mind.
Okay.
You probably only need to speak to one of them, but find out what you can. I have a feeling that Liet Kynes might be the key to all of this.
Okay.
It's always good to see you, friend. The war is long.
What? I've got to do that before you train me. I came all the way over here for you to do that. You're killing me, man. But they are in Arrakeen. So I can go to the trade post here, fly to Arrakeen, but I don't have any fucking money. Yeah, good talk. Because the game makes you carry the physical gold in your backpack to be able to use it. Which is really fucking annoying. Why? I get when you're gathering it, but if I deposit it, why can I then not use it? I should have, like, you know, if I deposit it in the bank in Arrakeen, or I deposit it into a special credit machine in my base, why do I physically have to go back and carry the gold? So that I always have to make sure that I've got it, even though I'm halfway across the fucking map. I now have to go all the way back to my base just to go and get gold. That's pretty fucking annoying, to be honest. So in reality, it means I've got to keep, until I get to the point where I've got an ornithopter, I have to keep fucking gold in my... I have to keep gold in my bag. I really think, at the very least, if you travel to Arrakeen and you deposit it in the bank, that should go into some sort of reserve that I can use for fucking ornithopter pilots. Or that there's a banker in the trading post so that I can at least get some gold out of my bank. Like, it just seems like that would be a smart thing to do. But quality of life is definitely not a feature here. Definitely not. Like, you can't even label your bloody storage containers. How much have I got? 30k there. 50k. That's it. Right. Let's drink some of this. No, I wanted to drink. Let's make the steel ingots. And then... No. What? Contract point there. So there's nothing else to do in this area. Yeah, so I think I'm going to abandon this base. Because, I mean, there's bugger all in it. We stripped it anyway, so... Confirm. Cool. Right, so everything really I've got to do now is in Hagar Rift. So we'll end up coming into Hagar Rift. I want to do all of these areas, the contracts, the intel, all that sort of stuff. But first, let's go and do... Let's try and get these level 3 planetology skills. Because the planetology stuff's really good, right? Because it's going to improve our mining, vehicle mining, fuel efficiency, climbing... mining here is going to improve, so compaction. So we're going to get lots of good stuff. The issue is because we just don't have the skill points to spend, right? So, right, but yeah, let's go and do it. Let's just check. Is there anything else I need to do in Arrakeen? That we've got. No. That's up in the thingy anyway. That's up in the thingy anyway. And Olive Branch. We need to go. We need to go talk to the Mentat dude. And then that one is not okay. That's in. That's in Harko Village. We might have to go to Harko Village as well. Okay. Maybe we'll go to Harko Village first. Okay, up we go. So we got a contract to turn in, then we'll fly to Harko Village, and then we'll fly to Arrakeen. Gets bloody expensive.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Can I fly you
Good,
somewhere
I'm not
today?
going to be there.
Music to my
Harko
ears.
Village.
Well, the Harkonnens love. Oh, all right.
need to... Where is it? Trooper Advanced Track. They're up there. How the hell do I get up there? Here. Found it.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally sourced natural remedies for whatever. Do not underestimate the potency of an amount no greater than that.
Yeah.
In more primitive worlds, they believe Kara sent you. Well then, you can turn around and piss right off to whatever hole she found you in. Her name is shit around here. None of your bloody business. What's the matter with her now? She must be suffering terribly. If I were you, I would go quickly and find someone who gives a shit.
Okay.
Look, even if I wanted to help her, which I don't, I haven't been able to get medical supplies in weeks. Tell you what, if you can fix my medical supply issue, I'll help Sergeant Volk, as much as it pisses me off to do so. Talk to Anushka Hanova. She'll point you in the right direction.
Ah, that's the bar lady.
Welcome back.
Oh, this is the same thing I've got to use to bloody...
That's a special drink. Fresh sit. Was there anything else with that? It's not my fault. Harko wasn't built to support this many people and doesn't have a starport that will accommodate most transport freighters. The only way to get supplies here is in small loads by ornithopter or overland, and that's proving to be a big problem. Medical supplies used to come by ground courier through the Udon, but that run is too dangerous these days. And well, so if someone were to pacify that nest, I might be able to convince my contacts that it's worth the risk to start shipments again.
Okay, consider it done. Tackler's Watch. Right, so that's Harko Village stuff done, because I can't progress that anymore. I was hoping I'd get the thing done and go back to Kara and Arrakeen, but that's clearly not going to happen. Right, let's head to Arrakeen. Where's the... oh, did I need to go the other way? Did I miss it? No, where's the ornithopter pilot chick? Down this way.
Seeking alliances with rival factions is an act of betrayal. Loyalty to House Harkonnen is non-negotiable.
Helps if we go the right way. Right, take me to Arrakeen.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. Atreides in there. All right.
Man, I need a flipping ornithopter so bad. Hawks and Griffins join a faction. Nice. Home of the Atreides. Right. I need to talk to Zane.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago. I require blood. Apologies, I am in my head again. I require blood samples from Atreides deserters who have fled to the Haga Rift. To harvest the data I require to impress upon the Atreides what a useful asset I could be. I must be of use. I was built for a purpose. That purpose must be satisfied with silence, the grinding screams in the suture cracks of my skull. Good, very good. I shall attach a device to your exsanguinator. It will record certain data markers to identify the deserters.
Okay. And... right. Let's go and do that one. What else is here? That's the Guild Bank, Chome Exchange, Spice Merchant, Water Seller, Weapons Merchant, Landsrad Vendor. I wonder if I can visit the Landsrad vendors now that I'm House Atreides.
My apologies, but I am authorized to trade only with
tumultuous sands of Arrakis. Tonight, we focus on the pulse of our desert world, politics. From the halls of the governor's palace to the deepest Fremen sieges.
Limited personal and guild faction alignment required.
The Atreides ascendancy, fragile or firm. The Atreides banner flies high over Arrakeen, but whispers in the streets suggest that the sands beneath Duke Leto's feet may not be as stable as they seem. House Corino loyalists are
That's guild players. Communist. So how do I actually... It says I'm part of House Atreides, but maybe it's later on, I don't know. I don't know, let's not waste any more time on that. Okay, hello.
I'm afraid I am a very busy man. Unless you have something compelling to share with me, I'll attend to matters of import. I don't have many informants out in the Haga Basin, but I know you've been working with Derek Chinara. So I'll answer your questions about Kynes in return for some information about your friend Chinara. Yes? Then here is my first question. Does Derek Chinara have any affiliation with the Harkonnen?
Okay.
Thank you for the information. Ask your question about Kynes. Arrogant, wild, deeply intelligent, able to slip my spies at will and feign nonchalance. Kynes didn't care about our war. Not until the Fremen got caught in the crossfire. It was as if Kynes had a different agenda altogether. But now I believe it is my turn. Derek Chinara is interested in the Imperial testing stations. Why? That's an old dream, buried long ago. It explains his interest in the ecological testing stations, though. Now, ask me your next question. Kynes would never say. Not the spice. Maybe anthropological work with the Fremen. Kynes was always with them. And applying my mentat faculties to it, I see a large probability that whatever Kynes was researching was near Sietch Tarl in Haga Basin. Movement patterns, siege and lab visits. Highest probability is that Kynes was performing Fremen-oriented research out of Sietch Tarl. Ah, but that's not the bargain. A question for a question. And here is mine. Why are you helping Derek Chinara? Well, learning is never to be discouraged. Still, I sense there is more than that. Never
Clearly
mind.
not. I just
Let
wanted to
tell
teach
you
me
about
primatology.
Sietch Tarl. It's a Fremen place, though long destroyed by the Sardaukar. The Sietch itself was destroyed in the battle, but the entrance still exists. In Haga Basin, north of Misa Taril, where the Udum meets the shield wall. That's all that remains of Kynes and Sietch Tarl.
Okay. Okay, contracts then. So that's going to be somewhere in Haga Basin. I probably don't want to be. We got to turn this one in. So let's go and do that one next. Yeah, let's go and do that one. And all of this is going to be in other places. Right. Okay. Right, let's head back to Haga Basin and the Anvil. We can turn in this quest, mission, task. I don't know, they've all got different names for the same thing. Bosh. Oh, I can't walk through people, why not? Thinking, oh no, my bag's reasonably full. I'm just thinking that I could fly to another
Gonna
part
fly
of
somewhere
Haga
today?
Basin,
Music
right?
to my ears. The basin is a pretty
See, I
big
could fly
place.
up to these
Could
and
you
get
narrow it down a little?
aluminium
I never miss the chance to let
to build
Smiley
an
verbally abuse me.
ornithopter.
Let's move.
But if we're going to go for building an ornithopter straight away, which I really want to do, we need to build a helipad on our base. Maybe we should do that now. Maybe we should turn this in, go back and get our base ready for a helipad. I need 2 pentashields. 3 pentashields for that. Okay. I think that's what I want to do. Because I really do want to get myself an ornithopter. It will help massively with so much stuff. Okay, that's done. That's done. Oh, we got another skill point. Okay. The good thing with granite is it doesn't use the water, right? Okay, so let's change over that. We got any more blood to add, or are we... No, we're done on adding blood. Okay. Right. Let's ditch these, because I want to make maximum room for... Actually, let's just, that's heavy darts. Yeah. I want to make maximum room for granite and stuff. Medkit. Welding tool and that I'll keep. I do need some heavy. I need some darts because if I do get ambushed, I want to make sure at least I can fight. There we go, that'll do. Welding wire. I can go to ditch that sword. In fact, if I ditch that and take that, it's a little bit less as well. Alright, let's go and I'll recycle the sword. Now, the other thing I need to do is... demolish. Actually, no, that's not going to work. If I demolish that and I try and put stairs over it, is that gonna work? That's the question. Oh yeah, we can make it that. Okay, that works. Right. What we need to do is make this.